Hello friends and welcome to Marie Green Yoga, me here on my YouTube channel. And today you have clicked on a class that says yoga into Parsvottanasana, which is pyramid pose. We'll be stretching deeply, untying knots in the front of the legs, hamstring areas in the back of the legs, and we will open our shoulders and maybe be able to do a clasp behind our back as we fold forward into pyramid pose. And this is the 7th class in a series of 30 called Yoga, just yoga. And we go after different peak poses and have an opportunity to stretch into different parts of our body that fits our need of the day. So welcome and take a comfortable seat. Bring in perhaps an extra block and definitely a strap for our leg stretches that we will do here shortly. For now, take a comfortable seat, maybe on a block or on a pillow, and we'll start by closing our eyes and pulling the ears back and sitting nice and tall onto our sit bones and dropping the shoulders away from the ears, finding our center, letting all of the layers around us that is buzzing around from the day sip out and do its own thing and give us some nice peace and space to do yoga together today, to stretch our bodies, to bind parts of our body together and into a nice whole place. For now, we're going to put the tongue into the roof of our mouth and start by exhaling all the air out. And then taking a nice big inhale, maybe counting to 3 or 5. Taking it all the way up to the collarbones, hold it, and then we'll exhale back out. And inhale, 3 to 5 counts. And exhale, 3 to 5 counts. And inhale, 3 to 5 counts. And exhale, 3 to 5 counts. And continue on with our natural breathing pattern that our body knows so well how to do. And you can open your eyes and we'll come back into our body in case we took off a little bit for our breathing exercises to center ourselves and to bind and connect our body parts together so that we together now can start our yoga asana practice by coming onto our backs, please. Taking the block just slightly to the side. We'll use it very soon again, but for now, let's clear the space by the knees and the hips. Take your feet on each side of the mat, arms to the side, and windshield wipe your knees side to side, and open up into lower back, hips, connecting upper lower body by gently making some nice movement for hips, lower belly, side of the waist. We'll do one more each side. And inhale and exhale. And then from here, bring your feet together and you might take a block and put it the flat way underneath your sacrum, kind of down towards the tip of the tailbone, somewhere where you feel comfortable, supported, or lay flat onto your back. Take the right knee into the chest, shoulder blades onto the back, knee to chest pose, opening up the left side on the front of the hip, quads, hip flexors, lower belly, and plugging the right femur strongly in. And one more breath here. And exhale, switch sides, taking our left knee in and stretching the right leg out. And spreading our toes, pressing out through the mounds of our big toes. Shoulder blades down onto the back. And we'll stay one more breath here. And gently taking your left leg back down on the mat and bend your right knee. Find your strap. And we'll take outstretched leg pose right here, Supta Parangustasana, with the help of our strap. Find the strap into the foot into the center of the strap and sweep the arms over the head and find opening into the back of the leg, and the sacrum stays fully on the block and the left leg is lengthening forward and opening up pathways. Finding anything that feels stiff, breathing into it, releasing it, and open up the pathway for the upper and the lower body and the connection into the four corners of our feet. And one more breath here. And slowly switch to the second side. Left foot up in the strap, right leg drops forward. And extend your arms from your hips to your shoulders to your wrists, giving the left leg a nice gentle tug, but we'll feel it in the hamstrings. The left side, we feel it around the knee, we feel it on the right front side of the quad. And another breath here. And slowly release and take the strap to the side. And from here, bend your knees, come up onto your toes, squeeze your glutes, your lower abs, and take the block to the side. And we might use it again in a little while. From here, knees into chest, and we roll our way up and come to tabletop, please. Cat and cow, spreading the fingers, tucking the toes under, arching the spine up to the sky. Top of the head towards the floor, broaden the space between the shoulder blades. And inhale, extend out through the top of the head. And exhale, press the hands, the knees, the toes down. And gently coming all the way back into a concave spine, and then come to neutral spine, which is toning the belly. Pull the upper arm bones in, tuck the toes, and come into down dog with bent knees. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. And sink your right heel down, bending your knee here, stretching into our calf, Achilles, and switching sides, left heel down. Come up high onto your right tippy toes and press the mat away. Lengthen side body, bending your left knee, and then we'll do a few pedals to make sure that the pathways from ankles to feet is nice and free and clear. You might take a few sessions of pedaling the heels to open up the ankles. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, and then take a walk over towards the hands. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold. Top of the head towards the mat, hands to hips, elbows to sky, root your feet, and come to standing. Take your hands behind you, clasp your hands, roll the shoulders up and back, take your ears back, bend slightly into the knees, feet are hip widths apart, hips and ankles are stacked, and we hinge and fold, and we'll come all the way forward, top of the head towards the mat. Hands can stay on the sacrum, hands can come up towards the sky, and we can open the shoulders like a nice smile from collarbone to collarbone, keeping the knee slightly unlocked, a little slightly bent, so that there is a nice communication for upper and lower leg. Top of the head to the mat. Another nice big breath here. And exhale, hands to sacrum and hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Lower all the way down, elbows tucked in, widen your hands, and come to your Cobra. Untuck your toes, pull your toes back, pull the ears back, and exhale. Come back down onto the belly. Child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, sink nice and deep down into your hips, knees. One breath. And gently make your way all the way back up. Tuck the toes and extend to downward facing dog. Come over onto your toes, bend your knees, look between the hands, take a step to your hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Take your peace fingers around your big toes. Maybe move your feet a little bit further apart and get some nice space for your for your lower back and your hamstrings. And we gaze up and exhale, hinge and fold, top of the head towards the mat. Maybe we press down the mound of the big toe even a little bit more. Maybe we extend the inner knee a little bit more and find a more opening in towards the back of the legs and lower, middle, and upper back. One more breath and exhale. And inhale, extend, and then we'll come to the front of the mat and take our hands to the hips, elbows to sky, root the feet and come all the way up to standing and release the hands. Bring the feet all the way together, bend the knees, open one foot wide apart. Come this way, arms over to the side and hands to hips, elbows to the back. Inhale, gaze up to the sky, and exhale, hinge and fold. We'll take our Prasarita Padottanasana with our toes slightly tucked in, bending into the knees, and then slowly extending back up. Tuck your right toes out and come with your right elbow into your right knee and karate chop your left heel down, toes up. And one more breath here, and then we'll take it up and over. Second side, left elbow in towards the left knee and karate chopping your right pinky toe up to the sky and the heel down. And come back up and over to the first side. This time around, we'll add on, we'll come into Skandasana right here with your right knee bent over the ankle and second and third toe. And then we flip ourselves over, lift up and turn over towards the to the first side. The right foot is forward and the left leg is back. Hands to the knee. Tuck the back toes, pull the belly button in and find a nice full quad stretch, hip flexor stretch. And then from there, we hold that and come forward for Anjasana. Arms forward and up to the sky and lifting nice and tall. The back toes are tucked under and we're coming into a nice big full hip stretch into a nice big spine elongation. One more breath. And exhale, hands to the mat. Extend your front leg. Ardha Hanuman. Heel down, toes up. And slowly make it back up. And take your Skandasana again on the right side. Flip yourself over to the side of your mat and come over to the second side. Left elbow, left knee, right heel down, toes up, and come over to the side and come to Anjasana with your right knee down and hands to the left quad, top of the knee, scoop the tailbone, lift the belly and get your tailbone straight down and come into this nice strong quad and hip flexor stretch. And it's like we get to arch the spine and get little wings on our kidneys. One more breath, and then we'll keep and hold that as we lean forward to Anjasana. Back toes are tucked. Sweep the arms forward and up. Bicep towards ears. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And exhale, release hands on each side and extend back into your Ardha Hanuman. Heel down, toes up. Extend the lower back up to the sky as we are holding and engaging the front side of the spine and abdominals. One more breath and slowly make it back with your left elbow into your left knee and Skandasana one more time, and then we'll make our way back up into feet wide apart, hands straight down from the shoulders. Tuck your toes slightly in, heels out. It's a nice comfortable feet apart. Bend your knees, hands to hips, come to standing, and we'll take the arms out to the side to take and clasp our hands behind us. Slightly bend into the knees and lift your heart, your chest up. Take your ears back and exhale. Hinge and fold and come to Prasarita Padottanasana C with shoulders away from ears. Maybe the hands stay on the sacrum. Maybe the arms comes up to the sky. Maybe the heel of the hands comes together, which helps us to open up a little bit more for the collarbones, the chest, the pectorals, spaces for the rib cage. Pull your chin in, pull the belly button in, and exhale, release. Hands to sacrum, hands to hips, root your hips back, and come to standing, and bend your knees, and arms to side, and come to the front of your mat. Feet hip widths apart, hands to heart. We have the second toe forward, and the line goes to the center of the ankle, center of the knee, and right into the center of the hips. And our femurs gets to be plugged back from there and releases into the lower back. Hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands. Sweep the arms to the sky. And exhale. Take it all the way back down. Inhale, long spine. And exhale. Place the hands. Step back to plank pose. From plank pose, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale to Cobra. Untuck your toes. Pull yourself forward and up. Ears to the back. And exhale. Take yourself back onto the belly and to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Create some good space for lower back. Plug the femurs in. Reach the arms forward, long side body. And gently come back up, tabletop, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, right foot outside of the right hand. Take your left knee down. And we can stay here with the hands on the mat and hang out and take a couple of nice deep breaths. Or we can take the left hand. I like to have the thumb halfway on and halfway off, and then sweep the right arm up to the sky so that our shoulder blades can come together on the back. There's a slight bend into the left elbow, and then right hand and the left foot comes together for a quad stretch, for folding forward, stretching the front side to also be able to dig in to the hamstring layers. And exhale, release. Take it all the way back down. Hands to the mat. Extend your back leg. Plank pose. Lower all the way down. And inhale to Cobra. Untuck your toes. And exhale. Come back down. Big toes together. Knees apart. Child's pose. And make your way back up. Tabletop. Left foot outside of the left hand. Foot halfway on and halfway off. Right knee down to the mat. Hands can stay on to the mat. And then from here, we either stay or we take our right hand half on, half off mat. Sweep the left arm up. Hold the belly button in. Squeeze the muscles into the bones. Shoulder blades together on the back. Take your left hand and your right foot. Lift your heart, your chest. And pressing heel in towards the glutes. Get a nice traction, little tug of war, and full stretch on the front of your right quad. Exhale, release. Hands back down, tuck the toes. Lift your back knee, step back to plank pose and lower all the way. Elbows tucked in. Untuck your toes, Cobra, and exhale. Take it back down, child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Make your way back up, tabletop, and downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pull the belly button in, nice and strong. Come up onto the toes, bend the knees, take a step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, feet hip widths apart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, root your feet and come to standing and release your hands. And we're gonna gather 2 blocks and put one block just kind of in front of our, yeah, we can use it. Let's use that one block. And then we'll take our right metatarsals and step up onto the halfway onto the block. So we have a full flex onto our foot. We have this extra block here in case some of you would like to stretch your hands a little bit more forward, or the block hands onto the first block. Take your right thumb into your hip crease and push your right hip back, and there's a nice feedback in towards the right calf and in towards the foot, and we might even scoot the left foot back a little bit to be able to get the left heel down. Maybe you step your foot in. We have the back heel down, torso slightly turned out, heel is slightly turned in. Long spine, exhale, pull the belly button in and bow forward. And another breath here. And slowly step your back foot forward and switch sides. Left foot onto the block, step your right foot back. So we have the block edge is right by the metatarsals, and it's a nice massage in towards the ball of the foot. And then we'll take our left thumb crease and thumb into the left hip crease and pull the left hip back and hands towards that left block. And make sure that the right foot is at a good, nice, comfortable angle. Pull the belly button in and hinge and fold forward. And another breath here. Stretching the left calf, back of the knee, hamstrings, and slowly release by stepping forward and back off. Take the blocks and put them on the front of the corners of the mat, and we'll step back to down dog. Take down dog to plank, and down dog to plank, and down dog to plank, to kind of shake that out and check and see the mobility in our calves, ankles. One more, plank to down dog, and then we'll see if we can press the palms, lift upper arm bones, plug the belly button in, and press the hands away from the mat. Heels down. Step the right foot between the hands. Take your blocks, put them low, medium, high, and we'll sink down into a crescent lunge, and right heel comes down and the toes comes up, and we have the support from the hands, and the left heel sinks down, stretching into the back of the leg and sinking back down. Extend out through the top of the head, tip of the tailbone. Exhale, hinge and fold. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, step your left foot slightly in so both feet are evenly flat onto the mat. You might drop your blocks. Left hand stays on the block and the right arm comes up to the sky for Parivrtta Trikonasana. We were here the other day. And exhale, free up that side body. And then from here, hands on the taller blocks. And see how this feels. Maybe you are able to step your left foot back slightly. We have our spine nice and long. We press the inner edges of the feet down and hug the midline in a nice even way. And a few more breaths right here. Doing like a supported Parsvottanasana with blocks. And then we'll step forward and step back. Big step back with the right foot and blocks. Full, medium, or half. Come down into your high crescent lunge, but with hands down. And extend the left foot, and the right heel comes down onto the mat. Left hip pulls back, and then we'll sink it back down. So if you needed to untie knots in your legs, then this should reach that level of clearing and cleaning pathways of the legs. And from here, we're going to step the back foot in and take our blocks on the lower level. Keep your right hand onto the block on the inside of the left foot. Pull your left hip back and come to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Stretching and turning and churning from the side body into the side of the spine, and using a little bit extra mobility for hips. One more breath and exhale. Take it all the way back down. And then from here, flip your blocks and come to Parsvottanasana onto blocks. Maybe you will scoot the right foot slightly back and slightly unlock the knees, untie knots in the legs, nice and even flat back with certainly a neutral curve into the spine. One more breath here. And gently take the blocks back, bend your front knee and step back to downward facing dog. Come to plank, lower all the way down, elbows tucked in, untuck your toes, Cobra, pull yourself forward and up, counter stretch for sacrum from our forward bend, and exhale, take it all the way back down, push back, child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. And gently make your way all the way back up, tuck the toes and come into down dog. Take a walk over to the hands. This is a good opportunity to take small steps and plug the front side of the spine in. Abdominal curl, expand our spine, expand the spine. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky. Root your feet and come to standing. And release the hands and step your feet wide apart. We can leave the blocks where they are. Take the arms out to the side and take your hands to the hips. From here, we'll do a little steering over to the right side. We'll turn our right foot straight over, aligned with the mat, and the left foot is slightly turned out on the toes and the heel in. Shoulders and hips are stacked above and below. Pull the belly button in, hands behind, interlaced, roll the shoulders up and back. If it doesn't work with hands interlaced, we can always put hands on blocks. And then we're going to exhale and hinge and fold, and pulling the belly button in and taking the top of the head towards the mat and the chin, nose towards the knee. And maybe we lift our arms up to the sky. And then pull the right hip back, long toes, feel the four corners of the feet. Parsvottanasana with a little extra fanfare up into the sky, shoulder opening and hugging midline. One more breath and exhale. Make your way all the way back up and release hands to hips and come to the center. And there should be a nice rush for the whole body. And then we'll turn our toes over to the left side. Left toes are straight forward, right toes are slightly out. Hands behind. See if you can do your second clasp, and not the dominant clasp, but the one that we kind of have to think about a little bit to get our fingers crossed the opposite way. Shoulders up and back, ears back, pull the belly button in and hinge and fold forward into Parsvottanasana with hands interlaced behind you. Pull the belly button in, maybe even lift up. Left hip back, right hip forward, top of the head towards the foot, and maybe the arms up to the sky. There's a nice smile from shoulder to shoulder. There's a nice extension for our collarbones being evened out. Long toes, four corners of our feet are plugged down. One more breath. And exhale, release hands to sacrum and come back to standing and come with your feet forward, arms to the side, bend the knees and take a step over to the hands and to the feet and to the front of the mat and hands to heart. And exhale, release hands to the side and come to Samastitihi, where we are feeling the four corners of the feet, four corners of our palms, and letting that Parsvottanasana pyramid pose soak into its right and whole place. And we'll take one more breath here. And slowly bring our hands back to the heart and exhale, release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana, feet are hip widths apart. Inhale, long spine. Exhale from here, turn your toes slightly out. take one of the blocks or maybe two of your blocks and take a seat for your Malasana. And we'll start here. And it feels pretty good to have a little chair to sit on to let the sacrum and lower back relax. If it's okay and comfortable for you, then you can come and feel those four corners of the feet taking the weight. And if your knees are happy to sit in Malasana with your hands to your third eye and elongating the whole spine, letting that nice release for the lower back take place by coming into our Malasana yoga squat pose. Four corners of the feet is nice and even on the mat. There is a feeling of untying of knots in the lower back. And our hands is like a little shelf for our head, so we can release and relax the spine, maybe even a little bit more with support without feeling like we're losing control or muscles of our neck and holding. And this way we get to kind of almost press into the hands and the hands into the head and having the focus of the stretch in the lower back, lower and middle back. One more breath here. And then we exhale, arms forward and come all the way down. We're very close to the floor, and hands to the front, legs to the front. If you had a block, take the block to the side, hands underneath the knees, and then we're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, and slowly making you all the way down, knees to chest, and taking a couple of laps around onto your sacrum, and one more lap around. We'll do 3 each side. And if you have followed along, let's switch to the second side. If you have followed along these classes, this is number 7. And as you notice, they are kind of keeping to the same warm up, and then we'll come into the pose. And as we go along with these 30 days, the focus will change a little bit to external rotation, more forward bends, more back bends, more side angles, to different levels of yogis, of yoga practices. So have fun with it, and I hope you come along for the ride. Take your feet down to the mat and arms to the side. Take your right knee into the center, left ankle over your right knee, and stretch in towards the right lower back, IT band, SI joint. One more breath here. And release the left leg up and over, and take your knees to the right side, feet on each side of the mat. Take your right ankle over your left knee, if your hips allow it. Scoop the tailbone. And inhale and exhale, one more breath. And slowly release and come all the way up, and bring your knees into the chest, happy baby pose, arms inside the legs, hands outside the feet, sacrum down, lower back slightly lifted, and then knees all the way together, and hug everything in, squeezing everything to the midline. And exhale, release, come all the way down to your Savasana, and letting all the different turns and twists and layers and folds fall into its right place. Carry the perfect amount of energy transportation for our muscles, our ligaments, our bones, our tendons. And as we are just letting that take place, the body knows exactly what to do as we restore and rejuvenate in Shavasana. And then we'll meet in a comfortable seat and take our 3 breaths together to close our practice, and with a short meditation. You can choose to stay here for as long as you like, and then we'll meet comfortably seated. Maybe you're taking a block to sit on. Maybe you are sitting cross-legged or on your knees. Make it comfortable. And from here, hands onto the knees, and we make our back way back into our breath. And the tongue is at the roof of the mouth. And we'll sit nice and tall on the sit bones. If you're laying down, you can take a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, and come along for the 3 Ujjai breaths. When we are putting the tongue at the roof of the mouth and pushing the breath through the nose and back of the throat, or simply just breathing. Empty all the air out and inhale for 3 to 5 counts. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And slowly coming back to normal breathing and taking a moment to sit together, to savor and sit and steep into the energy that we created for ourselves. You can pull your hands in slightly so your elbows and your shoulders are stacked above and below each other. Chin down, ears slightly back. And certainly sit here as long as you would like to and enjoy the new energy that we created together here today for day 7 of our yoga for 30 days, however you would like to use it. And I thank you so much for joining. Namaste. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Share with a friend. Help me grow my channel. And I will look forward to seeing you here very soon for our next practice together. Next yoga practice is Hanumanasana. So we'll have a little fun with that and take our hamstring and quad stretches way much deeper. So enjoy, and I'll see you very soon. Namaste.